Hello and welcome. This is lesson 72, found on page 437. Title of lesson 72 is Implied Ratios. Okay. To give you a quick review, ratios compare two numbers, right? So you got 12 inches, 1 foot. That's a rate. That's a ratio. Okay, you can also say, anytime you got, that's a ratio, right? 3/5, it's a ratio, okay? So we work with those a lot. We've also done ratio boxes. Remember how we make those boxes? And we do ratio, actual count, and then we set up a proportion. That's kind of what this lesson's going to be working with. I'm trying to make this a little nicer. But instead of ratio and actual count, they're going to have us just title it differently, but it's the same type of deal. Okay, so we're going to look at this on the bottom of page 438. Bottom of page 438, we're going to see example 1. Okay, stalling while you go there. Beautiful handwriting. Okay, so example 1, and I'll show you how we're going to do this. It says if 5 pounds of grapes cost $1.20, it's a great deal. How much would 12 pounds of grapes cost? Okay, so we've got pounds of grapes. I'm going to say LB for pounds. And then we've got money, right? That's the two things we're comparing. Okay? And you'll notice in the book, they're going to call this case 1 and case 2. You know, case like, crime show, like a case, not like a okay, so like a case. The first scenario, in the first case, 5 pounds of grapes cost $1.20. Tracking? How much would 12 pounds of grapes cost? See how I filled that out? That's what we're trying to find. How much would it cost? Use a ratio box to solve the problem. There we go. Once we make a ratio box, hopefully you guys are getting more comfortable with this, we can simply then create a proportion or two equal ratios. So I take this number, the 5, put it over exactly what it's over, the 1.2. I can add the 0, but in this case, I know it's money. I'm going to go back to money, but I don't need the 0 when I'm working with the numbers. And then I've got 12 over my question mark, or I could put dollars, or I could just put missing number. That's the proportion that I want to solve based on the ratio box that I created. Okay, and then we solve proportions just like we do anything else. We're going to multiply the 1.2 times the 12, and then we're going to divide by the remaining number. Okay? Well, I don't have a ton of space here. I'm gonna have to erase my ratio box. You guys got it? You can always pause the video, rewind. See, isn't that great? Okay. Some of you are thinking 12 times 12, which would be great. We just got to deal with the decimal, right? But let's just go through it. So 4, and then 2, 0, 2, 1, 144. 12 times 12 is 144, as we know. We've got one decimal place, so we need to put that in there. 14.4, and we're going to divide that by 5. Again, I've got to erase because I don't have enough space. 14.4 divided by 5. Again, we're going to work with money, so we know we're going to have a decimal. 5 goes into 14 twice. 4 left over. That's going to be an 8, 40. $2.88. Is that what the book got? Yes, I did it right. Okay. So how much does 12 pounds of grapes cost? $2.88. I would buy that. I could not eat 12 pounds of grapes. but it'd be a freaking awesome deal. Excuse me. Poor word choice. All right. Let's jump down to example 2. Okay. Mrs. C, great name, can tie 25 bows in 3 minutes. Holy cow. It's impressive. She'd probably be at the state fair with them, some sort of thing like that. 25 bows in 3 minutes. How many bows can she tie in 1 hour? First of all, does she work at some sort of factory? Why are we tying bows for an hour? I don't know. All right, let's set this up. Let's try to draw smaller so that we don't have to erase. So we got bows, and then we got minutes that it spent, right? Minutes she spends. And then we got case 1 and case 2. So she can do 25 bows in 3 minutes. It's impressive. How many bows can she tie in an hour? Be careful, we don't want to write a 1 there. We're talking about minutes. We got to stay uniform, consistent. So we need to change 1 hour to 60 minutes. 60 minutes in 1 hour. Cool? So we're coming down here. 25 over 3 equals missing number over 60. Now some of you are like, oh, 3 goes into 60. It does. That would be a simple way to solve this. You can absolutely take 25 times 60 and divide it by 3. No problem. You do that, you will get the right answer. Some of you are like, oh, I already looked in the book anyway. Oh well, 25 over 3 equals n over 60. But I happen to know 3 times 2 is 6. Therefore, 3 times 20 is 60. Right? And if I can do that and get directly to 60, then I can do that. Right? I can take the top times 20. And then I'll be done. So if I do 25 times 20, I'm going to have my answer. Bring down the 0, it's done. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Do we get 500? Holy cow. 500 bows an hour. Her wrists, she's going to have carpal tunnel after she does that. But whatever. Okay. We should do example 3 as well. Sorry, I'll go quickly. Not that you can't just turn me off. I'm sad, but I know it's possible. I know it might happen. Example 3. 6 is to 15 as 9 is to what number? Now, this is a good one to look at because it's verbalized a little bit different. Okay, but we can set it up the same way. All right, so we're doing a ratio box. They're just trying to confuse us by saying fancy things. They sound like an ACT test is what they sound like. 6 is to 15. It's comparing 6 and 15. 6 and 15. This is what we'll call the first number. This is what we'll call the second number. 6 is compared to 15 as 9 is to what? That's all we're worried about. Don't let the wording confuse you, even though that's kind of tricky to say. Okay? And then let's set it up. 6 over 15 equals 9 over my missing number. Multiply, divide by 6. 5, 4, 13, 135. Divided by 6. It's not going to come out even, is it? It's annoying. So it goes in twice. We got 15 left. Twice again. It's going to be a remainder of 3. Sorry that I ran out of space. Ooh, you can't even see that. Okay. 6 is going to go into 15 twice because there's going to be 12 here. There's going to be a remainder of 3. 6. 3 over 6, right? Which would be 1/2. So if you look in the book there, 22.5. Okay. That's annoying how they did that, but hopefully that one's not any more confusing for you. Okay. I think you're going to have to give this a try. I didn't give you the practice problems, but I did at least within the assignment. There should be 1, if not 2 of those to try. So do your best.